Book 1. Chapter 5, Draupadi's Swayamvar. After the chariot race, a grand event called the Swayamvar was organized in the kingdom of Panchala. Princess Draupadi, the daughter of King Drupada, was to choose her future husband from among the noble suitors gathered from far and wide. The Swayamvar was a ceremony where the princess had the freedom to select her own spouse. The participants were required to showcase their skills and prove their worthiness in order to win Draupadi's hand in marriage. The Pandavas, accompanied by their cousin Krishna, arrived at the Swayamvar, filled with anticipation and determination. They were aware of Draupadi's exceptional beauty, intelligence, and virtues, and each of the Pandava brothers hoped to win her heart. As the suitors gathered in the grand hall, the atmosphere was charged with excitement. The challenge presented to the participants was no ordinary one. They had to string a powerful bow and shoot an arrow through a revolving golden fish, solely relying on their archery skills. One by one, the suitors attempted to string the bow and aim at the elusive target, but none were successful. It seemed an impossible task until Arjuna stepped forward. With his extraordinary strength and focus, he swiftly strung the bow, and with eyes fixed on the fish, released the arrow. The arrow pierced the fish's eye, causing a roar of applause to erupt from the crowd. Draupadi, impressed by Arjuna's feat, presented him with a garland, signifying her acceptance of him as her husband. However, an unexpected twist occurred. Draupadi's father, King Drupada, had set a condition that Draupadi would marry only the man who could lift and string a massive bow known as Gandiva. This condition opened the opportunity for other suitors to compete. As the suitors lined up, one after another, each failed to lift the mighty bow. The atmosphere became tense, and disappointment filled the air. Suddenly, the disguised Arjuna stepped forward, seeking to prove his strength and win Draupadi's hand. With ease, Arjuna lifted the massive bow, stringing it effortlessly. The crowd gasped in astonishment, realizing that the victor of the Swayamvar had already been determined. Draupadi, recognizing Arjuna's true identity, garlanded him as her husband, sealing their sacred bond. The Pandavas, with Draupadi by their side, returned to their palace, where their mother Kunti anxiously awaited their arrival. Upon seeing 5 brothers accompanied by Draupadi, she mistakenly assumed they had brought an alms of food. Instructing them to share it among themselves, Kunti was astounded when she learned that Draupadi was to be their common wife. This turn of events set the stage for a complex and compelling relationship among Draupadi and the Pandava brothers. It would challenge societal norms and traditions, and test the bonds of love, loyalty, and duty. The Swayamvar not only marked the union of Draupadi and the Pandavas but also served as a catalyst for the brewing conflicts that would soon unfold. It was a pivotal moment in the Mahabharat, where destiny and love intertwined, shaping the future of the epic tale. Chapter 6, The Exile of the Pandavas. After their marriage to Draupadi, the Pandavas returned to Hastinapura, their ancestral kingdom. However, their newfound happiness was short-lived, as their cousins, the Kauravas, grew increasingly envious and resentful. Duryodhana and his brothers could not accept the Pandavas' success and popularity. They conspired to strip the Pandavas of their wealth and kingdom, devising a plan to send them into exile. Under the guise of a friendly game of dice, Duryodhana challenged Yudhishthira, the eldest Pandava, to a game. Unbeknownst to Yudhishthira, the dice were rigged, and Duryodhana's accomplice, Shakuni, played with deceitful intentions. Yudhishthira, known for his honesty and integrity, agreed to the game, and as the stakes were raised, he wagered and lost everything: their wealth, their kingdom, and even their own freedom. Draupadi, now the queen of the Pandavas, was subjected to humiliation and insult by the Kauravas. As a result of their loss, the Pandavas were forced into exile for 13 years. 12 of those years were to be spent in the forest, and the 13th year had an additional condition: they must remain incognito and avoid being recognized by anyone. With heavy hearts, the Pandavas, along with Draupadi, set off for the forest. They endured the hardships of the wilderness, facing various challenges along the way. Despite their exile, they remained steadfast in their righteousness and maintained their faith in the divine. During their time in the forest, the Pandavas encountered numerous sages and learned from their wisdom. They honed their skills, both as warriors and in spiritual practices, preparing themselves for the battles that lay ahead. Meanwhile, back in Hastinapura, the Kauravas reveled in their victory, indulging in opulence and arrogance. Little did they know that their actions would sow the seeds of their own destruction and lead to the epic war that would change the course of history. The exile of the Pandavas tested their resilience and strengthened their resolve to reclaim their rightful place. It was a period of self-discovery, introspection, and preparation for the ultimate battle against injustice and tyranny. As the years passed and the Pandavas endured their exile, their determination and desire for justice burned bright. The time for their return and the fulfillment of their destiny drew closer, setting the stage for the climactic events of the Mahabharat. Chapter 7: The Battle of Kurukshetra. After 13 years of exile, the Pandavas, accompanied by Krishna, returned to Hastinapura to reclaim their kingdom. They sought a peaceful resolution and offered to settle for just 5 villages, but the Kauravas, driven by their arrogance and ego, refused to yield. With all attempts at a peaceful settlement failing, the stage was set for the great battle of Kurukshetra, a war that would decide the fate of the kingdom and its people. The Kauravas, led by Duryodhana, assembled a formidable army, consisting of powerful warriors, including Bhishma, Dronacharya, Karna, and others. The Pandavas, on the other hand, had the support of Lord Krishna, who served as their charioteer and guide. The battlefield of Kurukshetra witnessed an immense gathering of warriors, each armed with their weapons, ready to fight for their respective sides. As the war commenced, the clash of swords, the twang of bows, and the roar of elephants filled the air. Arjuna, the greatest archer of his time, stood at the center of the Pandava army, facing his own dilemma. He hesitated to fight against his own king, overwhelmed by the thought of shedding the blood of his relatives and loved ones. Recognizing Arjuna's moral dilemma, Krishna delivered the timeless teachings of the Bhagavad Gita, imparting wisdom and guidance to the despondent warrior. He reminded Arjuna of his duty as a warrior, emphasizing the importance of righteousness and the impermanence of life. Arjuna, enlightened by Krishna's words, regained his focus and determination to fulfill his responsibilities. The war raged on for 18 days, with countless lives lost on both sides. Heroes fell, sacrifices were made, and the earth shook under the weight of the conflict. The Kurukshetra battlefield became a testament to the consequences of greed, ego, and the price of righteousness. Amidst the chaos, the Pandavas displayed their unwavering valor and skill, fighting with honor and integrity. Each brother, fueled by their desire for justice, battled against the Kauravas, led by Duryodhana. The climax of the war arrived with the confrontation between Arjuna and Karna, a formidable warrior and friend turned foe. In a fierce duel, Arjuna emerged victorious, striking a significant blow to the Kaurava forces. Ultimately, the combined might of the Pandavas, their allies, and the divine intervention of Krishna ensured their triumph. Duryodhana, the epitome of arrogance and injustice, met his demise in the final battle. The war concluded with the Pandavas emerging as the rightful rulers of Hastinapura. However, the victory came at a tremendous cost, as they had lost many loved ones and witnessed the destruction caused by the war. The Battle of Kurukshetra stands as a testament to the consequences of greed, ego, and the power of righteousness. It showcases the triumph of good over evil and serves as a reminder of the importance of upholding one's principles, even in the face of adversity. With the war concluded, the Pandavas embarked on their journey of rebuilding and restoring peace and harmony to the kingdom. The tale of their epic saga, the Mahabharat, left an indelible mark on history and continues to inspire generations with its timeless lessons and profound wisdom.